Hello everyone, so today we are solving this problem shortest common supersequence. So we are given two string str1 and str2 and we have to return the shortest string that contains both str1 and str2 as a subsequence. Okay, it need not to be like they should be continuously available all the characters, but their positioning just like we have in the subsequence. For example, you can understand better way. Let's say we have this a b a c and c a b, two strings, and this is another string. So see here, we can find this a b a c like this, that a is here, b is here, a is here and C here. So A, B, A, C is available in this string, though it is not. So this is as a subsequence. Okay, this is available as a subsequence. So subsequence of this string means this. So basically, the positioning, relative positioning of the characters should be same. Similarly, if we want to find this CAB, that also available here. Let's say we are starting from here. So C is here, A is here, and then we have found this B also there. So we can find CAB is available. So both these strings are available, but this string, there could be so many numbers of strings like this, which contains both of them as a subsequence. So out of all of them, we have to find the smallest one, that which would be the smallest string, which would be having both of them as a subsequence. Okay, so for example, the smallest one, if we want to find for this string, we can do like this. Let's say we have a string called starting from C, then we have a, then we have B, A, C. Okay, now in this string you can find both of them are available. How? So if we start A, B, A, C, so if we start from here, A, B, A, C is available. Similarly, if we for find to C, A, B, we can start from very first. From here, from very first till here, we are finding both of them. So CAB is also available and ABAC. So this is the smallest one. There could be multiple, so we have to return one of them. So now the thing is, what should be the solution? We know now that what we have to do, we have to find the smallest string which has both of them as a subsequence. Both these strings are available. So the thing is how to find. So before going to solution, let's find few more scenarios. For example, let's say we have two strings like this, A, B, L, M, suppose, A, B, L, M. Then we have, let's say, A, B, L, P, M. Okay. So in this case, what is happening? The very first character, A, is same for both of them, right? So if both of them has the same character at any extreme position, let's say first character is same for both of them. In this case, what will happen? Our problem sort down to this thing, right? So if we take this guy A first, so let's say we are putting A. Now we have to do the smallest substring for this BLM and BLPM, right? Because the first character is same. So similarly, we can use this kind of concept now, but another scenario is if the things are not same, like A and A are not same, let's say A was here B, suppose I am making it B. So in this scenario, what we have to do is, we just cannot say that which one should be start first. We don't know, because we don't have any greedy approach here. We might pick A first and then rest of this, right? So if we pick A, then we would be having what? We would be having BLM remaining string, and this second string is as it is, entire string. So if we are picking A first, then we have to pick the rest of it, which is the BLM and this entire string. This would be BPLPM, BP, BBLPM, right? Like this, right? Or we can pick this guy first. Let's say we are picking B first, then B, and what is the remaining comparison? Remaining comparison is BLPM and this entire string. So basically, what I mean to say is, we can start at any character. If they are not same, we might pick either this guy or we might pick either this guy, because we don't have any greedy approach here. Any one of them might lead to a solution. Only thing is, we have to find which makes the smallest string which would be accommodating our condition. So these two concepts we would be using, and we are doing with this approach. We will use our dynamic programming approach. And What is that dynamic programming approaches? Like that would be most efficient in terms of the space as well as the time complexity. So how would I do is, let me go, this would be a tabulation approach. So how it would be, let me just remove all these things, then we would make a table here and we'll understand everything. Okay, so consider we are taking the these two string itself. So what we're gonna do is, basically we will create an array of 4 plus 1, 5 into 4 dimensional. So basically the length one, s1 length plus 1 and s2 length plus 1. So this is an integer dp. Let's say we are calling this array as dp. Okay, now why we are creating is, basically this would be basically having the values of at every index. Okay, let's say dpij. What does it represent is, dpij means the first I character from the very first string s1 and first j character from the second string. If we pick, then what would be the minimum answer, basically the minimum string which would be having the subsequence for the first I character from the first string and first j character from the second string. Okay, so remember this is integer value. Okay, so now let's say let's say we are filling this first row. So in this first row, what is happening? Uh, the zeroth row. Zeroth row means from very first string we are not taking any value. If we are not taking any value, that means s1 no character is picked. So whatever character is being picked from s2 only. So 0, if we are picking 0 character from s2, this would be 0 length. If we are picking 1 character, then it would be 1 length. Similarly 2 length, 3 length. Why? Because we are picking from s1 we are not picking any character. Similarly, if we are not picking anything from s2, and we will fill here, so column would be 0 here, means 0 character picked from s2. In this case, what will happen? Everything we are picking from the s1. So see here, if we are picking 1 character, answer would be 1. If we are picking 2 character, then 2, then 3, then 4, because we are not picking any character from s2 basically. So one of them is null, then other would be answer, right? It's as simple as that. So we have filled now this thing. Now to fill the remaining things, what we have to do is, we have to fill based upon certain criteria. So what that criteria is, let's say at any ij, if, okay, if the character, so let's say if character at I minus 1. Okay, why I minus 1 I am saying is, because see, we have created these this array is already a length let's say s1 dot length plus 1 and s2 dot length plus 1. So 0th row and 0th column we have already filled here, correct? So if s1 at I minus 1 is equal to s2 at j minus 1, then what we have to do in this case? Let's say it would be j minus 1. So when characters, basically when characters are same, we already explained, when characters are same, we have to remove that common character, and remaining length would be the previous I minus 1. So length would be decreased from both of these strings, right? Let's say if let's say we have something like a b c, okay, and a l m, okay. So if a and a are same, that means one character is already escaped from both of them, and then we have to look for bc and lm. So same way we are approaching. So if the character are same, in that case what we have to do is, we have to take the previous value in the dp, okay, basically the diagonal value. So it would be like dp of uh, whatever I minus 1, okay, dp of I minus 1 and j minus 1 plus 1, right? dp of I minus 1, j minus 1 plus 1, right? Because this length is decreased, so whatever answer we already would have stored at these location plus 1, just we have taken this example. So if this is the case, then we have to take this value. If this is not the case, if they are not same character, then what we have to do? we have to pick the minimum value of what? Minimum value of the uh, dp of I j minus 1. Okay, dp of I and j minus 1 comma dp of I minus 1 j. Okay, dp of I minus I j minus 1 and the minimum of dp of I minus 1 j, basically the left side and top of character. Okay, so dp of I minus 1 and j, we have to take the minimum of them. So we will fill this table, don't worry, and then things would be very clear. Now, so let's say we are starting from here. Okay, so we will start, let me change the correct color here. So see here, row is 1 and column is also 1. So let's say going for this place. So what would be the row minus 1 and column minus 1? 0, 0, right? Because this is 1. So row is also 0 and column is also 0. So what is there at 0? This is A and this is C. So they are not same. So we are not going to this condition. We are going to this else condition. Let me write here else condition. So else condition means this is the our ij minus 1 and this is our I minus 1 j. So this is 1, this is also 1. So what is the minimum? Minimum is 1 and 1. So minimum is also 1. So minimum is 1 plus 1. So what would be the value here? Value would be here 2. Okay, now we are at here. So in this case, I is still 1 only and j now 2. So I minus 1 is still 0. So we are still pointing this guy. But now here we are pointing to this guy. So this is A and this also A. So our this condition is true. So if this condition is true, then what will happen? Whatever the diagonally value. So diagonally dpi minus 1, j minus 1. So this is 1 here. So this value plus 1. So we have to write here 2. Now we are coming here. So now column is 3. So column minus 1, j minus 1 is 2 now. So we are pointing to this guy. And here is still on the first only because I row is still 1. So A and B, so they are not same. So we are not going to this if condition. We are coming to this condition. So see, look at here. This is 2 and this also 2. So what is the minimum? Minimum is 2 only. So 2 plus 1. So this value would be 3 here. Similarly, now we are coming here. So our I has become now 2. Okay. So we are pointing now to this guy B, right? Just 2 minus 1 because our this is start from 0 index, right? So that is why we are making I minus 1 and j minus 1. So now our I is 2 and j is also, j is starting from 1. So see here we are at here. So this is pointing to this uh, j is now j is 1. So we are pointing to this guy C, right? So j minus 1. So it would be 0. But this is 2 minus 1. So now B. So this is C and this is B. C and B are not equal. So if they are not equal, we have to take the minimum of these two guys. So minimum is also 2. So 2 plus 1, this would be 3. Now we are at here. So now our column is 2, right? Column is 2. So 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is pointing to 1, right? So 1 means this is our A now. So and here also we are, this is B. So A and B, they are not same. So again, whatever is the minimum here, 3 and 2 is the minimum. So 2 plus 1, this is also 3. Now we are here. So column is equal to 3. So 3 minus 1, 2. So this guy is B now, pointing to B. And here is still B. So B and B are same, right? So if B and B are same, we have to take whatever is the diagonally value plus 1. So 2 plus 1. So this guy also would be 3. Now we are coming to here. Now I become 3. That means we are pointing to this guy, A. So see here. Now column is 0. So at 0 it is C. So C and A. This is A, right? So C and A are not same. So if they are not same, we have to pick the minimum of these two. So 3 and 3. So minimum is also 3. So 3 plus 1 equal to 4. Now we are coming at here. Means we are pointing to this A. So this A and here also A. So if they are same, A and A are same, that means we have to look for the diagonally opposite guy, which is 3. So 3 plus 1. Now it would be 4. Okay. Now we are at here. So this column is 3. So 3 minus 1, we are pointing to B. And this guy is A. So B and A are not same. So we have to pick the minimum of these two guys, minimum of these 3 and 4, right? So this would be 3. So 3 plus 1, it would be 4. Now come to this last line. Now you take your pen and paper and do the practice and fill this last line, okay? So the last line will also be, let's say we are coming at here, okay? This time our I is 4, means we are pointing to the very last guy, C, okay? So column is 1. So 1 minus 0 is equal, 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So we are pointing to very first C. So C, this is also C and this guy also C. So if both of them are same, we have to pick the diagonally opposite guy, which is 3 plus 1. So this would be 4. Okay. Now we are coming to here. This time our column equal to 2. So at 2 minus 1, it is A. So A and C, A and C are not same. So if they are not same, we have to pick the minimum of these two guys. This is 4, this also 4. So 4 plus 1, it would be 5. Now we are coming at here, which is very last. So column is 3. 3 minus 1, so we are pointing to B here. So B and C, are they same? No, they are not same. So we have to take the minimum of these two guys. 4 is minimum. So 4 plus 1, this is about 5. So now we have filled this entire DP array. Remember, these are the integers. Now from here we have to construct our thing. So I am removing all those things, and then we will next see what we have to do. Whatever we have done so far, what we have to do next. So see here, what we are doing is, first of all, we have created two variables, row and column. So row has the length of this S1 and column has the length of S2. So 4 and 3, right? Now what we are going to do here is, we are coming to very last location here, because we are starting from here, okay? So basically this is what? This is the DP of row and column, right? This is DP of row and column, which is 4 and 3, right? So we are starting from this point, okay? Now what we have to do is, we are at this point. So what we will do is, here we will look for the things. So what is the row minus 1? At row minus 1, what is the value in the S1? Okay, so the value at row minus 1 in S1, if it is equal to the value of column minus 1 in S2, okay, we can see here S2 column minus 1. So if they are same, then what we have to do is, we have to pick that character, okay? So see here, our row is 4 and the column is 3. That means at row minus 1, so this at 3, what is there? This at 3 index and this at 2 index, because row minus 1 and column minus 1. So if we look at here, at 3 index we have C, right? And here at 2 index we have B. So they are not equal. So if they are not equal, what we have to do is, we have to look for these two values, the left side and the up side, and whoever is minimum. So see here, 4 is minimum, means our row is decreased here. So if 4 is minimum, that means we have to pick the character from this S1, because our row is decreased and we are anchoring S1 as row 1, right? So if it is decreased, that means we are picking this guy, C. So I am picking C. So far I have picked C. And we have decreased this row by 1. So now row would become what? Row initially it was 4, now row has become 3. Column is still 3, right? Now what would be the next? We are at here. We reached at here. Now we will do again row minus 1. So 3 minus 1, which is, what is there? It is A. And here it is still pointing to last. So this is B. A and B are not equal. So if A and B are not equal, we have to look for these guys. So 4 and 3. So again this 3, which is above it, is smaller. So if it is smaller, then we are going to here. And we are coming here, that means we are decreasing the row. So if row is decreasing, that means we are picking from S1. So now we will pick this A into our answer. So I am picking here. So CA. Okay. Now we will decrease again row. So row would become now 2. Okay. Now we have reached till here. We are at here, right? We reached till here. Now row is 2 and column is still 3. So at 2 minus 1, what is there? At 2 minus 1 we have B, and here is still B, because row is still 3 only. So 3 minus 1, which is B. So B and B, both of them are same. So if both of them are same, what we have to do in this case? we have to pick the number, any one of them, both of them are same, right? So we have to pick B in case of same. So we have picked B. Now in this case what we will do is we will go to diagonally here. So B reached till here. Now we came here because they were same, B and B were same, and we decrease now this time for both of them. So this would become now 1, and this column is first time becoming 3 minus 1, so it would be become 2. Now if we do here, so row minus 1 is 0, means the very first guy A, and the column minus 1 which would be this guy 2 minus 1 0, so A. So A and A are same, so we have to pick this A. Okay, and we have picked A and we are coming diagonally here. We are going diagonally here. Okay, so now what will happen? We will decrease both of them. So row this time becomes 0. So the game of row is over because we just cannot go beyond 0. But here column is still there, column become 1. So when column is 1, that means we have left one more guy here, C. So if this already done, then we have to pick whatever is there. So C we have to pick. Okay, so let me pick C here. Okay, now we are picking from the end, right? We started from here, so we are picking from the end. So that is why what we have to do is basically we have to reverse this string whatever we have got. Okay, so if we reverse the string, what would be the answer? This would become something like CAB. So it would be CABAC. Okay, now you can check here, both the strings are available there. If we start from here, ABAC is there, so first string is starting from here, ABAC. Similarly for second string CAB, we can start from here, CAB is available there. So this is the reverse string we have got. Why we have reverse? Because we were starting from very end, right? And we need from start. So we got here the reverse string, we reversed it and we got this answer. Okay, so the time so let me show you corresponding code for it, because then only it would make the better sense. So you can see here what we are doing is, first of all we are taking the length of m and n, the length of these string, and then we are creating this dynamic programming DP m plus 1 and n plus 1. Now for first row, right, for column 0, right, for column 0 we have put the values as it is, and similarly for first row we are putting the way which we did already explain, right? We first fill this guy and this guy, the very first row and very first column, right? So we are doing the same. Now what we are doing here is starting from 1, because first row and first column is already filled. So starting from row 1 and column 1, we are going for all the values. Now see here, we were doing whenever there is a character match. Okay, if they are same, then what we are doing, dp row column equal to diagonally opposite value dp row minus 1 column minus 1 plus 1. If the characters were not same, in that case what we were doing, we were picking the minimum value of, if we pick row minus 1 column and the minimum of row of column minus 1 plus 1, right? This were we were doing when we filled this entire dp array, which is an integer array. Then we again created this value row equal to m and column equal to n, basically the length of first string and second string. Now we are making a string builder here. So string builder, because this is an efficient, we are doing a lot of operation, that is why we are using string builder. Now see here, we are using this while loop, that while row is greater than 0 and column is also greater than 0, then we were checking, similarly we were checking here and we started from here. So that part is being coded here. So see here, if they are matching character, in that case what we were doing is we are picking the character which is matching and we were decreasing both of them, row minus 1 and column minus 1. Similarly, whenever we are getting a match character, like we here, then we were going diagonally opposite, that is why we make row minus 1 and column minus 1. Okay, so if matching character, then we are decreasing both of them and picking the character which is matched. If this is not the matching character, in that case what we were doing is we were looking that which is the smaller value. So see here, if this is the smaller value, then we were picking the row 1, because row is decreased, right? If this guy is a smaller value, we were picking the character sitting at row minus 1 and we were decreasing the row value, just we were doing here, right? We were doing here, we will keep on decreasing whenever we were picking the smaller value. If that is not the otherwise we are taking the another similar value, vice versa we were doing. Okay. Now when we did this entire thing, we are also using this while row is greater than 0, because it need not to necessarily that both of them would be finished together, right? In this case, like in our case, our this column finished later, that is why two while loop also we are using. In that case, if any one of them is still remaining the values greater than 0, then we are picking as it is. Okay, so if row is greater than 0, we are picking all the values. If column is left greater than 0, we are picking that value. So in these two while loop, only one of them would be execute. Okay, so then finally what we are doing is whatever value in the string builder we achieved here by appending, because we are starting from end, so we have to reverse it and then return as a string. Okay, so let me execute my code here and let me try to submit it. Thank you for watching this video, and if you guys have any concern, please make a comment over there. Thank you.